Ryan Lotche's $275,000 divorce mess. So who pays the debt in a split? So Ryan Lotche, the Olympic swimmer's divorce just went public. And it's more than just a heartbreak. So he's facing $275,000 in debt. And here's the legal question that no one seems to be raising as part of this case. Who is responsible for that debt in their divorce? So the Olympic swimmer is being hit with liens for unpaid taxes and medical bills. And it's just when his wife was filing for divorce, citing betrayal. So when the couple splits and there's major debt on the table, what actually happens? Well, it depends in part on where the parties live. So in equitable distribution states like New York is, the courts divide assets and debts based on principles of equity and fairness. So it's not necessarily a 50-50 split. Instead, the court has to take one step further. And it has to analyze whether the debt was racked up based on some kind of secrecy or whether it's really just his sole debt, or whether it was part of some kind of joint or marital purpose. So one has to go a step further and look at those taxes and look at that medical debt to see how it arose and whether the other party was aware of it or not. So you might have to look at things like, were the bills in joint names? Did the other party know about it through text messages and emails and things of that nature? Another example, if they were paying taxes jointly, in other words, her name was on the tax returns, the court may very well find that that's a joint liability. It really kind of shifts the burden to her to prove that she just signed off on that unwittingly and was not really aware of that tax liability or the tax fraud, if that was fraud. Obviously that is yet to be determined. But the burden really shifts to her at that point. And if she is not successful in proving that to the satisfaction of the divorce judge, then that liability could stick to both of them, even post-divorce. So here's the takeaway. Debt doesn't disappear just because the love does. Whether you're rich or not, what's in your name or in both names can haunt you in court. So speak to a divorce attorney about whether marital debt is really going to be shared in the course of your divorce case. For more, check out my blog. You'll find it at blivenlaw.net/blog.